Hello, everybody. Hope you're having another blessed day. Because most likely now, I am not having the most blessed day after going through the trouble to finally finish up the last deck that I had to make for the little old giveaway. So, Elder Draken, you wanted a Garden Rose deck. You know what? I thought it would be an okay deck starting off, but as I will tell you more as the video continues, I was in store for one of the most excruciating, painful decks to put together and play with. Because I'll tell you what, right now, Guided Rose ain't good. No. Guided Rose is not good. Alright, yeah. Let me get through the deck profile first, and I'll kind of explain why this deck made me want to scream my eyes out. Alright, so I decided to play this deck in a way that, you know what, he had basically a ton of hand traps, and you know what, you gotta somehow get to the combo, okay? Because the combo is going to be, right now, is Ruby Red Rose combined with White Rose Dragon. You need both of these cards in some capacity, okay? And also you want to be able to play some defense, which is why I'm playing the hand traps, playing the free Ash Blossom. We got free Nibiru. We also got free Dark World No More to kind of be our going second cards, okay? I feel like those kind of best ones in today's meta. Now, to facilitate the combo, we are also playing the 1-for-1 because it helps you get into the Ruby Rose Witch. Because Ruby Rose Witch has the whole combo effect. Tribute it to add the Witch of Black Rose, which lets you stack Rose Fairy, which you can then draw off of the Witch of Black Rose to special summon the Rose Fairy out, and you can get into a Halky Fibrax play, and continue on through there. So we got the 1-for-1 to get to the Ruby Rose Witch, so that's 4 ways there, and then we're also playing the free Lone Fire Blossom, which helps facilitate get that card out too. So we got 7 technically 1-ish card combos, but technically this is a 2-card combo deck, and doesn't really do well without having a 2-card combo. Now some more extenders help the deck. I'm playing free Dark Rose Fairy, which is the fact that if you ever summon a tuner, which you do quite often with this deck, you can just special summon out this card. Right? Playing the free White Rose Dragon, because you really need to see this card. Alright? You need to see this card. Alright? I'll tell you some more why in a second. Playing the 2 Rose Fairy, some player will play 1, you need to play 2, because honestly, my combo, I like actually summon 2 of these cards, since it's now once per turn special summon add to your hand, and you can actually add it twice in one turn pretty easily. 2 of the Rocks Rose Dragon, and because this would be the card you're going to special off of your Red Rose Dragon, which you only need to play at 1, because this is going to be Hackett Fibrax target. Playing 2 Witch of the Black Rose, again, because this is the card you need to have 1 in the deck to facilitate the Ruby Rose Witch. Playing 1 Claw Crow, this as a Dark Extender, to help us again get into Hackett Fibrax, so it'll kind of synchro plays later in the combo. Playing 1 of the Boss of Light Generator, this lets you add a plant monster from your deck to your hand, so that's pretty nice. Playing 1 Rose Girl, similar to like the Edor kind of extenders. This is no one get out there, and this one also is a level 3 tuner, which level 3 tuners are pretty good in this deck. And then to wrap up the monsters, we have the Red Eyes and Dark Magician, gives you all to see what hadn't played in the Goon. Yeah, we're playing that. You also see we're playing some Zeus down there, whole Zeus combo with good Bongo Wongo number 75. We got Down Magician, and we got the Zeus, and we got Dragoon. We're playing the most abusive cards in today's meta in the whole thing, Yu-Gi-Oh! Honestly. But it's necessary, okay? Now, before I explain why it's necessary, we're also playing 3 Power Prosperities with skin, helps us either get into the Ruby Rose Witch or the White Rose Dragon. Playing 2 Basil Rose Shot, containing is an extender. We're playing 2 of those. You honestly probably need 1, so you can honestly take that one of those out. 1 Black Garden, which is coming from you 2 Black Rose Maiden. And then to wrap it up, the 1 Frozen Rose, which again helps you get a plant monster from your deck to your hand, which is the way we're going to use it. We're not going to use to draw this card 1. That's not what it's used for. Right? And then we have the basic side deck, not going to talk much about it. The free drill's pretty good. We hate back row, so we got the Cosmics, we got the Lightning Storm, we got the Twins, we got the Heartbeats, we got the Imperial, and we got the Red Reboot. You know what? I wasn't thinking much about this kind of side deck, but you know what? I tossed in what cards I get. I really just hate, and I hate Floodgate decks. So this is my way to saying heck you. All right. Now quickly, for the extra deck, we got Dragoon for Red Eyes Fusion. We got the Crossroads Drag, which helps us get into either our Garden Rose Maiden or Garden Rose Flora, and sometimes even Black Rose Dragon, which is kind of weird, but you know what? You do what you need to do. Alright, we also got the Hackett Fibrax for the combo. We got the one Pisty. Usually the last time this deck what people was talking about was with LP. Well, guess what? LP's dead. Guess what? Pisty's not. So I'm just kind of showing how you can still technically use a Guard Dragon version of this deck and do a little bit of a combo. We're playing the Verta Anaconda for Dragoon. We're to the 2 Rose Maiden. The 1 Black Rose Dragon just to say screw the board. Playing the, depending on how we sometimes end for combos, we may go into a Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon, just get a monster negate. We also sometimes will go into a Ravenous Kruckle Dragon. Sometimes we end up having Synchro for 9 instead of Synchro for 8. So we'll go into this. Lets you draw 1, also have a quick effect pop, so that's pretty good too. And then we're also playing the Para Empress of Blossoms, which lets you special summon out the boss monster, okay? The old boss of light. So that's kind of deck right there, okay? Now, before I even go into kind of show you what the combo or version of the combo kind of looks like, reason why this deck isn't good is because it took me actually 55 duels to get a win with this deck, okay? Now, mind you, 50 of those duels was before I decided to say, heck it, we'll add it into Dragoon, we'll add it into Zeus, okay? After that, we got a pretty win pretty quickly, okay? But the problem with this deck, even when playing all these side deck, all these like cards like the Nibiru, Ash Blossom, Dark Rune no more, we played the back row hate cards. This deck always loses to a single hand trap. Gets hit on Calc, it's dead. It gets hit on Ruby, Lone Flower, it's dead. And no matter what kind of extender you have, it's not going to do anything past that. A lot of extenders actually don't even really work in a situation. The only good playing extenders have to do with either summon a tuner monster or plants into the graveyard or something like that. But that doesn't really help this deck if you get stopped by a negate. As compared, I would say like Warriors, kind of the same boat. They can get stopped by a hand trap or it's one hand trap. But typically, Warriors extenders let you keep on playing through. It's not going to be stopped like, oh no, my Soldy's negated. Well, guess what? Firefront Lady lets me keep on summoning it off. I may have already summoned out a Photon Thrasher, Firefront Lady with Isolde. I got Appaloosa at least. In this deck, you don't really got that chance, which is why we went into the Red Eyes Fusion. So when we have got stopped before, we just say, forget it all then, we're going for Dragoon and passing. Alright? So, with that little reflection there, let's get into what the combo's supposed to look like, and then into a replay as we finally get a goddamn win of this deck. Alright, so the basic combo of this deck is basically you have to have your White Rose Dragon. I swear to God, you have to have this card or you ain't doing jack. And you also need to have the Lone Flower Blossom, at least some way to get into that Ruby Rose, okay? So with the combo, you can do the Lone Flower or any way to get into the Ruby Rose. Ruby Rose affect the tribute itself to add the Witch of the Black Rose, and also stack the Rose Fairy. You then get to North Summon the Black Rose, which you stack the Rose Fairy to your hand, special summon out the Rose Fairy, and from here you got your Halky Fatbox play. Pretty generic. Technically, if we want to play the Mecha Phantom Beast, we can just do that. This is pretty efficient at getting into Mecha Phantom Beast, I could say. Not as good as Editor decks, but you know what? It's an option. But for here, use Hulk, and you're going to bring out your one Red Rose Dragon. Now, this is why I said you have to open up White Rose Dragon. Because what can you do for me? If you don't have this card, what are you doing? There is that one lets you summon out a level 2 tuner, but guess what? This is the 2 tuners. You won't only get to go into like a Verta Anaconda, and you have to pass. Not good. So the only card that lets you continue on with the combo is White Rose Dragon, because it has the effect when you summon tuner, special summon it out, and lets you get into your level 4. So, yeah, that's why this deck's not good. This point is a very bad choke point, and you have to draw one of in at least a 40 card deck. Well, 3 of in a 40 card deck. Alright, since we didn't quote unquote brick, let's go for White Rose Dragon. You're going to synchro into this big old thing, the Empress of Blossoms, which has the effect that your main thing, special summon level 5 or higher monster from your graveyard for hand. We'll use that later. Now we can trigger off both of the Rose Dragons. Doesn't really matter what order. What's going to happen, you get to send a monster to the graveyard, which is going to be that Boss of Light card, thanks to the White Rose. And then you get to add one of the spell and traps, being Frozen Rose or the other one. And you also get to get out Rock's Rose Dragon, thanks to good old Red Rose Dragon. Now, Rock's Rose, when it is special summon, lets you add, again, basically another spell and trap. So we get to, no matter what, get the other Black Rose spell card, that Rose Shot, and you got Frozen Rose. Alright, so this is where you are right now. The next thing you're going to be doing is using the Empress to bring out the Boss Light card to get the search. Here, now search I'm going to go for is going to be the Dark Rose Dragon in this combo. Because later on through, we will eventually get out another tuner near the end, and we will use the Dark Rose Dragon to use with the Empress of Blossom to make that little Croco Jurassic World Dragon thing. Okay? Alright. Now at this point, we can go to a Guard Dragon play. Oh, good old Pisty! He's still alive! He's still alive! And you can go different ways depending on how you open up with extenders. For me, since I technically didn't have really much extenders, I'm going to bring back the White Rose Dragon because I don't want to know tuner. Alright, and I need to make a link goes using Cross Rose Dragon. So there we go, and we got the White Dragon. And now we can use the Frozen Rose, which works really good for the Guard Dragons, since if you use a non-plant monster, you can add a plant monster from your deck to your hand. And this is why I play at least the 2 Rose Fairy, because you know what? Once it's special and back out, it's not once per turn. Those are broken. Right. Now we can use Cross Rose Dragon's effect. It has a quick effect, you can trip this card and a no plant monster. Mine being Rose Fairy, to special summon out a no Rose Synchro monster. Okay? The one I'm going to bring out is going to be in this combo, the Golden Rose Flora. And because Golden Rose Flora is a tuner monster, which is going to trigger my Dark Rose Fairy. Right? So Dark Rose Fairy is going to go out. I'm going to sync her off with my Empress to get into my nice little Croco Dragon to get the draw 1, chance to pop next turn. So that's pretty good. And then I'm also going to use these to go and divert to Anaconda. And then we're going to pass with basically a Dragoon. So basically get the pop with Dragoon if you need to in the game. We also got the Ravensaurus thingamajigger. You know what? But yeah, that's kind of what this deck's doing. We will have usually typically the chance to kind of go more combo. We can do the Basil Shot to get a no monster out. You know what? You could do that. But generically, this is kind of what you're going to be ending on, which is not the strongest. The best you're going to end this deck currently is probably just about 2 negates, at best, maybe 3. Alright. So with that in mind now, to kind of end off the video, we're going to finally show you guys a victory with this very, very frustrating deck. So let's get into that replay. Now, we ended up going to get this guy named Dokora. And I'm pretty sure I played him before, and he always seems the one to run. Yeah, you look at it yourself, some weird version of Nordics. Now, he has Solemn Judgment, Solemn Warden, he has Power Duality, he has the Valkyrie, and he has Malicious. Very interesting choice of cards. For ourselves, we got the Extender Call Crow, we got Black Rose Fairy Extender, we got Witch of the Black Rose, we don't like to see. We did get Ruby Rose Witch, which helps us get into more of the combo, which is pretty nice. And we got Red Rose Dragon. Alright, so they start off with a Power Duality. They mill a bunch of random cards here. And they give me back the little green guy. Right, and then he sets 2 and pass. So basically double Solemn and the pass on the Valkyrie. Because I don't know why he's playing Nordics, but playing Power Duality once you do want to usually special summon out the Odin or whatever. And it's usually only good if you're going second. So I don't really know what this guy was doing when he was playing this deck. I think Nordics is going second OTK decks, and it has the effect that it can negate either monster effects, spell traps, or turn it summon. Kind of like a god card. An aspect like that, I feel like. So it's not good the turn after. Alright. Alright, so yeah, on to us. We do get the White Rose. I was thinking something like, oh my god, we got White Rose and Ruby Rose. It's going to be 4 combo, but I didn't see the double Solemn, so that didn't happen. So we tried the best out of it. So number summoned the Red Rose, which lets me use the fake a White Rose to special summon it out. And he warnings the White Rose. I was like, okay, let's go for Dragoon. So I'm like, okay, here we go, Caligo. Then we go for Dragoon. And he judgments the Crow. So at this point, I'm like, wow, that's neat. I don't know. He's playing Nordic, so I'm like, okay, I think I should be okay. I don't think Nordics can OTK, and maybe I can punch over this thing. He probably should have said a different card, but yeah, we just go for battle and ended up killing his little bat thing. Yeah, we killed it, and we pass on there. Now, it wasn't. That's why I say the deck was really not good, because there ain't nothing else we do with this deck, okay? There ain't nothing else we can really do. We can extend past this point, because this card doesn't help us at all, since we have to normal summon the Red Rose. This card is a scary card, because if you don't draw a monster, it just destroys everything. And then Ruby Rose, we could have gone for that, but I was afraid of the back row, so we didn't go for that combo instead. Alright, so they top up another Valkyrie. That's a neat card. And he used the Valkyrie to go into the really good Link 1. Can I get a Link 1 for like Volcanics or anything like this card? It's very, very good. So they banish up to 3 cards on the field, all 3 of these cards, and they get to bring out the same number of Nordic monsters. So they bring out enough. They bring out Alvarez, they bring out Losafath, and they bring out the 3rd Valkyrie. From here, they just link them all off into, well, sync them off into Odin. I would say is why it's kind of more of an OTK deck. Now, use the effect, can't be affected by spell trap till the end of this turn. Yeah, it's just the end of the turn. And he just smacks my card for 3k. And pass. So at this point, I'm not really worried about this card at all, because I know Dragoon says no. He's at 3,000 life points also, which is kind of funny. Alright, so Open Prosperity, that's an interesting card, but we had the Ruby Rose Witch. So we're just going to do the Ruby Rose combo. So we get the Witch to the Black Rose, get that to the top of the deck, normal summon, we get the card added to our hand, we special summon it out. At this point I think we're probably going to synchro, but I'm like, no, I ain't nuking yet. Let's go Predaplant, we're going to send out everything, we're going to pop out a Papa Dragoon. Alright, and then at this point I realized, you know what, going to regular combo ain't not happening, because we're going to try to win Dragoon, so I decide let's do Prosperity, and just banish all the other cards that are for the combo I showed you. And we get a bunch of random things, but you know what, let's be more generic and get the hand trap. Oh, look at all those nice cards I would love to have seen in the regular game. And from here, we just pop Odin. Now he tries to activate Alvis. I'm trying to read the card when he's doing this. And he tried to bring out Thor, which would have been very, very problematic. Yeah. Very, very problematic. So I'm like, no, let's just negate that with a Dragoon. So Dragoon effect, we're going to negate the use of Alvarez, so it's just going to stop Thor from coming out. And then we're going to be able to swing home with Dragoon for the win. So yeah, that is the only game. After about 55 tries, I was able to get up. And that's going to do it for today's video, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Especially since I took a lot of misery making this for you guys. You know what? So I did that for you guys. I am in pain now, mentally and both physically. But yeah, that's going to do today's video, and I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please do a like on the video. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. It guys helps me support me and helps me make more videos for you to enjoy. And Elder Draken, I hope you enjoyed this video, most especially. How dare you give me this combo deck? How dare you! But you have that. You know it's time for me to say. I hope this week is a blast, and I hope to see you again in the next video. And with that in mind, I'm out.